Hey guys, it's Victor Costa. How you doing? I saw this abandoned rack and plate on one end of the bar, and I decided to do a video about it because I wanted to talk to you guys about this typical scenario in the gym. And this happens when someone leaves a plate on and walks away, or when we're just switching weights, right? You're training alone, you're doing squats or you're doing bench press, and you leave one plate on, a 45-pound, and you trust that the other side is not going to flip up. Well, I want to let you know and remind you that that is always dependent upon how far those posts are from each other, right? So I know we are used to going to the gym and training by ourselves, and sometimes we leave a 45 and then even something greater on there, and we expect that bar to stay stable. However, be reminded that it's typical physics that if those bars were closer together, right, the posts were closer together, that weight could potentially flip over. So don't always trust it. Be very careful with that. I wouldn't put more than a 45 to test it, but just be conscious of it, you know. And this is when injuries occur. More injuries occur from things like this than from actually training, you know, things falling down on you. So obviously it's a typical scenario. When you pull that plate off, make sure that there's no one standing on the other side or bending down to get some of the other plates that may be under it. At our gym, there's a rack that has other plates that people would use for deadlifts. Make sure no one is standing there underneath that when you go ahead and slide that 45 off and leave one side of the bar completely vacant of weights, right? So be conscious of that. And it's just something to keep in mind, you know. Different gyms have different posts, different post lengths. And I also wanted to talk to you about this. You're more likely to get hit from a falling plate on your head when you're moving your weights around and when you're disturbing that rack. So when you go to put plates back and you're shuffling them underneath the rack, a 5-pound plate could be the most dangerous thing in the gym if this thing falls on your head because the rack is disturbed and the plate is close to the edge of the knob that you actually post these plates on. I like to, when I finish up an exercise, I like to leave some room instead of having that 5-pound plate really close to the edge for the next guy, right? I don't want to get hit with the falling plate. You don't want to get hit with the falling plate. So I prefer when there's a little distance between the edge of the little post, so that I know that if I disturb that weight stack, that it's not going to fall on my friend's head or my friend's foot or get an injury. And in my opinion, weightlifting, if you approach it in a measured way, a sensible way, it's safe. It's the other things that can happen in the gym, tripping over things, believe it or not, having weights fall, having things fall on you. And I've seen someone get hurt. I've seen someone literally get hit in the head by a 2.5-pound plate that was really kind of hanging off the edge of that post when he was going to put back his 45s at the bottom of that giant rack. He disturbed the delicate balance of all these weights and it fell off. You know, obviously it's a pain in the neck to have weights laying around all over the floor, but this is sort of a public safety announcement. It's to maybe for the next guy, find another spot for that smaller plate, the smaller weighted plate that sits at the top of the rack. Don't have it precariously dangling on the edge of the post where it's supposed to fit. We don't want a messy gym, but we also don't want injuries. So wish you guys all the best. Peace, love, and muscles. If you have had any injuries like that, comment at the bottom. I'm curious about what's happened to folks in our community so I could develop more videos and perhaps include some other ideas so more people can hear about different ways to stay safe in the gym. Of course, you guys, thank you for everything. Thank you for liking the videos and sharing the videos, and please be well. Take care. Bye-bye.